Hey, welcome to Automat Live Coding. During the recent streams we've been playing a bit of Skyrim, and the videos are on the channel already. If you go in the videos section, you will find Power Leveling in Skyrim Part 2. This is the part where we leveled the speech skill. I also have the materials for alchemy on my hard drive. I just need to edit them together. I used to hate editing, and actually during this last video I think I started to enjoy this. So I'm playing with this DaVinci Resolve, and it's kind of cool. All of the pages of DaVinci Resolve. This is what's the proper term? This is like a combine harvester. It's like a multi-purpose tool that does everything, you know, when it comes to video editing. And it's pretty fun to use, by the way. But this is not what we are going to be doing today. So we will get back to Skyrim after I edit and publish the alchemy video. But in the meantime, we are going to take a look at renderer, because it's been annoying. Annoying in the sense that it works kind of decently when I run this on my beefed up PC, but I have a really beefed up PC, and most PCs are not like that. We want the renderer to be fast in general, not just on this single machine. So I started writing a test, and I found already one cool feature in VS Code. So I have this new test file. This is just a simple JUnit test. It has a bunch of helper functions and then a main test case. That test case is very unique. So most of the test cases in JUnit, they execute very quickly, but not this one. The point of this one is to pretty much exercise the renderer and record the trace of its execution, so that we can find any hotspots or slow spots, like any pieces of the renderer which don't behave as they should. So I just finished this, I ran this once and it crashed, which is expected. And the thing is, okay. The renderer is kind of tied to the rest of Automat, so I'm wondering whether we should decouple it completely or just to add some quick hacks to avoid the issue. I think I will just add some quick hacks, because what is important here is the API, and on the API level it looks like the renderer is fairly... It only depends on this thing called root widget, which kind of makes sense. So I'm not going to change that, this is alright. All of the messy dependencies are within the root widget, and they don't really impact the API, so that's fine. So the nice feature I found in VS Code is that to debug something, you have to write those configurations. And I used to have a debug configuration for every test file that I wanted to test. The thing is, I was reading some documentation for VS Code, and I found that it's possible to use the currently opened file as a variable when invoking tasks. So now I have this LLDB target, which takes the current file when I'm in renderer test, that's renderer test, and it starts it and builds it. I also have this pre-launch task, link current file, which does exactly what it says. It just builds the current file into an executable using our built infrastructure. Yeah, which is super sweet. I think we can remove this, maybe. Yeah, this task is not necessary. There are also some variables here that we could use, but yeah, maybe another time. This is actually a nice improvement, this change, so I will submit this. Oh, we first have to pull. Okay. Oh, because of the changes I've been doing on the Windows machine. Yeah. Now we can push. Okay, so the plan for today is that we will make sure this works and get some test traces out. The test case that I'm most interested in is I want to have, let's say, root surface. So the root widget should contain a super slow widget. By super slow, I mean the draw function should, okay, maybe not the draw call. It should be something that is very slow to render. That's the point. And we expect this, so we want to first render it, render the initial. And then after we render the initial frame, we want to take this super slow widget and we want to animate it. We want to make it dance around the screen, rotate, stretch, do everything. And we want all of the subsequent frames to be rendered at 60 FPS. Pretty much. And another nice thing is that creating this test case, it really shows us how the API truly looks like, and it gives us the opportunity to maybe improve this API a little bit. Okay, let me take a look at camera settings, so I need a moment. I was just thinking that the color balance on the camera is somehow broken, but I guess it looks fine. Okay. Let's fix this bug. I mean... Okay, I think in general this root widget, it should have no references to the root machine. It should be the other way around. Root machine should use this root widget. For example, during every tick, update the list of objects, this kind of stuff. So let's restart our debugger. Okay, what do we have here? This, I guess this points at a root widget, okay. And child points at nothing. Let's go to this children. Okay, so we are pushing the toolbar. I think this toolbar may be empty. And root machine also. Okay, now let's restart it. Again, I have to, because I'm using this variable current file, I have to be at the correct source file. We are progressing. We are in the tick now. Let's try again. There we go. We have a test that runs for a second and then stops. We are getting crashes in distractors. It's probably fine. Let's just see what is causing an issue here. Okay, so this root widget is a global variable, I think. Actually, no, it's not global. I think I should reset it manually. I think that's the issue. Yeah, after joining the thread, I do some cleanups. Look like that. And just overdose. those functions. Sweet. We are in this exit function, which is the built-in. This is like a global distractor for a program. I guess we have some global map somewhere. And that global map apparently is holding this widget drawable holder. Yeah, this is our map. Cached widget drawables. I think this is something that is stored by the client. This only contains the data necessary to render the widget. Let me double check this. Okay, this seems to be internal to renderer. This is used in render frame. And it's also being used when we deserialize commands. It's again in render frame. And I guess since there's like a state held by the client, that state should be released. I have this resources release. Okay, and let's retry. This renderer shut down. We should probably copy this line into Automat CC. Maybe this is what was causing the crashes on exit. Who knows? Oh, the test has passed. Sweet. I actually wonder if I run Automat and I close it now, is it going to close properly? That would be nice. Because this was an annoying error that was happening for months now. I just never had the energy to fix that one. It's just a visual annoyance. Crashes during exit are... who cares about them? The program, when exiting, it can do whatever it wants. It can crash and burn. The operating system is going to release all resources anyway. We only care about external state being possibly damaged. Okay, no, we are still getting some double free. Doesn't matter. Let me run the test again. Sweet. Okay, I could put true here and true here. And that should print some messages in the log. Yeah. I think, I mean, it shows about 60 frames. Like each frame is being printed here. So during the first frame, it's like a description of a frame, this stuff here. Interesting. Render events. Oh, render events are events that are happening on the client side, which theoretically can be decoupled from the server. So we can do ticks and draws on the server, and rendering can happen on the client remotely. Okay, so after the first frame, we can see that only during the first frame we have packed the window. By packed, it means that the window is going to be re-rendered. Okay, and then on every frame we are kind of repacking the window. I think this is a requirement in our algorithm. That's alright, that's alright. Or maybe we could skip it. If we could skip it, that would be nice. That means we would not re-render anything. Okay, I think we are rendering decently fast. Okay, let's create our super slow widget. Find the signature for tick. And there it is. Can I somehow convert this to 4/4? Exactly, something like that. Anyway. Next we need draw. Oh, we need draw and shape. Okay, the draw function has to be super slow. Let's just start with very fast, like regular draw function. We are just going to fill this with black. and the widget has to be added to our root widget. And I think this could be the opportunity to get rid of the toolbar and root machine and basically all of those child widgets and connection widgets. This is a big change, so I'm a little bit hesitant. So here's what I will do. Okay, this window has to stay. This has to stay. Basically all of this. Okay, and the idea with this vector is that it's okay to manage this externally. So anybody who has this mutex is free to add and remove children, reorder them, this kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm essentially copying the children array into this outChildren. Make sure it's only referenced in this place. Okay. Okay, so our root widget has this child. I only want to make sure that is the tick function. And the tick function is what's changing the matrix. It accounts for camera position and so on. The thing is, this root widget also has its own local to parent, so maybe instead of adding this everywhere, I could just modify its local, its own local to parent, I mean.
Wantoninity 8 says,
Howardman.
TTS is having a stroke. Hey man. Alright. I expected to play a little bit more Skyrim today, but I'm still editing the videos. It's easy to accumulate much more footage that can be humanly edited. Oh, I see. It's actually fine. This is actually decent what we are doing. It should work. Yeah, and right now we are trying to address a big issue that I've been having in Automat for a long time, which is some rendering glitches. It's not quite glitches. performance issues. Oh, okay. There was something there. Okay, I will make this test run longer, maybe more than 1 second. Oh, and this timer, I guess this timer has to be updated. So we see there is animation happening here. It's very strange. There is a animation in this small box, but this large box doesn't seem to animate until it's almost over.
Yeah, I got it. I watch you every day when you are streaming, but I rarely comment.
Oh, nice to hear. Yeah, I guess most of the streams are just me staring blank into the code on screen. I'm glad you enjoy it. Somewhere here, there's a timer.
I'm working as a web developer and I'm working on weather when I'm watching the stream. BC is remote job. I need company drill.
True. I used to work like physically at a company, but then when we during COVID switched to remote, it became kind of hard to I know. It became different. It's nice having other people around, but mostly to like chat, you know, when like lunch breaks, the ability to talk with people about silly ideas, about stuff that's going on. It's missing. We even had this thing in office where some people who wanted could sign in to this remote like video chat room where there was always a single PC connected to this chat room, and when they connected you could see them on this PC, and it also had a camera. And the fun thing was that this PC was actually mobile. It could drive around the office, so somebody who was remote could connect remotely, and they were essentially like a robot that with a face that was kind of driving around the office. Yeah, so there was that.
Yes, it's not about the job, it's more about chilling with others.
Yeah. So some time ago, Knight created this chat room on Discord, which is actually meant for kind of remote work. He's playing some more varied music there. So that's one advantage of Discord. It doesn't have the same, I guess, the same copyright issues as YouTube.
I saw that thing. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm planning to do a master's degree, but I'm not sure what I should choose. AI or cybersecurity. Both seem very interesting. Do you have any advice?
I think I would go for AI, because in AI there are more topics that you are less likely to learn yourself. In cybersecurity, it's more... You can kind of learn those things anyway as you go. And in AI you have like logic programming, stuff like Prolog, for instance, that you're less likely to find yourself, or SVMs, or all sorts of very fringe techniques which will probably be only taught at a university if you pick the right specialization. I don't know how it looks at your university. It really depends on the place. I have very little kind of knowledge about how this looks in different countries and so on. Fascinating. With cybersecurity, it's practical experience matters more than theoretical.
Thanks. In from Serbia, but planning to do master in Malta. It's cheaper than in the rest of the Europe.
Yeah. I guess the only kind of difference between those specializations would be different kind of classes you will get. And AI seems like much more... It has much more like dusty places covered by spider webs, you know, things that have been developed 40 years ago and nobody cares about them nowadays. And when you go to this machine like AI, it's not going to be purely neural networks. Neural networks became popular again very recently only. Before that, it was all sorts of different stuff. For instance, parsing, right? Parsing text. It's something that you do all the time in programming languages, but in natural language processing, which is part of artificial intelligence, it was a big thing, like how to parse natural language text. Extracting all of the relations between entities described in the text, this kind of stuff. Things which are nowadays, I guess people still are working on those things, but language models seem like they pretty much solved this field. Okay, so when we resize, something weird happens. Yeah, canvas is null. It's interesting because if I run regular Automat, sorry, I'm thinking about two different things at the same time. Okay, Automat also crashes when I resize it. Let's stop this and put an assertion here.
Appreciate the advice. I'm still here but working on my tasks.
Okay, this getBack buffer canvas, apparently it can return a null. How this can happen? Okay, this is why we need to enter main loop. think this main loop does something to fix the canvas. Okay. So our root widget requires us to have some mice, because apparently it's tracking mouse position, and keyboards. So this is something that was actually kind of weird. I have to initialize the keyboard manually here. GUI keyboard equals something something. Okay, I want to see git blame for this line. When did I add this assertion? Why did I make assert here? It's line 40. Fairly old change. I think I can remove this. It's just in all of the places where it's used. I need to do this. Okay. Text fields. Okay, assertion has been removed. Let's go back to our renderer test and let's retry. Okay, canvas is still empty. So let's trace what's happening during window resize. I guess we are getting this notification here. So we are locking the XCB mutex. Cool. We are notifying root that, hey, we have resized. So this updates matrix, but it doesn't do any Vulkan thingies. Actually, I don't see any Vulkan thingies at all here. What do we call this? Okay, here. TK resize, and I guess we have the same logic here. Okay, my mouse movement causes this crash. Insertion canvas fail. So there are two types of crashes that I'm seeing. One, when we cannot obtain the canvas. And one when something related to pointer. I could run this in debug mode. Maybe the assertion here will help me. Okay, let's break this down. Two issues. first fix the pointer issue. That one seems to be way easier. I can just hit F5. There we go. Okay, so this is about what I expected. It's like there was some accidental change here. Okay, this thingy. I think this camera motion could be extracted out of the root widget into a new widget, like camera widget. That could be even usable for... It's like this scroll area in most widget toolkits with buttons and scroll bars and so on. You have this concept of scrollable area, like a rectangle on a screen where you can, either using a scroll wheel or using your finger, you can basically scroll the stuff that's behind it. We're using something like that in Automat to navigate around. But I think yeah, the camera widget could do this. So the widget tree would look slightly differently. So we would have root widget, we have toolbar, right, normal. Then we would have camera, and this camera would be navigable. And then we would have root machine, connections, keyboards, and pointer widgets. I'm thinking whether this is the right idea. So maybe this will only complicate stuff. You know, longer widget hierarchies doesn't sound great. Okay, I think we can fix this without introducing the camera widget as a separate widget. You know, with shapes and textures and all of that. I mean, we would disable shapes and textures anyway, but it's not the point. It would complicate the widget hierarchy, and I don't want that. Maybe I should do it. Okay, so the issue here is that this pointer class contains code related to root widget, to navigation, to camera behavior. Which is bad. We should move this code into the root widget. Root widget should take care of its own camera state. Here we have find action, right? Okay, our drag camera action. Going to take pointer and root. Good. We need to copy this now, this transform down. Okay, so we switched from... I mean, we haven't completely switched. Now we switched from pointer doing stuff in root widget to root widget doing this kind of properly using an action. I'm not sure if this will work. Let me run Automat. Yep, since we can move the camera and it works correctly. Cool. So now let's try running the renderer test, and hopefully it's not going to crash anymore when I move the pointer over the window. Yep, it does not crash. And resizing also doesn't always crash it. Nice, that's nice. Still have middle mouse click crashing sometimes. where are we? Look at that, we still have more custom logic here. So we can probably move all of this into the distractor of our drag camera action. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, this transform down, it's not what we want. Okay, let's try again. So this works. Does it still work in Automat? It does not. Maybe it should be post-concat. This is how I fix the errors with matrix math. I just try all of the combinations. Pre-concat, post-concat. Yeah, now it works fine. Sweet. And now we have to commit this stuff. Oh, yeah, and we definitely need this. Although I probably shouldn't commit those two. Okay, so the pointer issue is fixed. Now we need to fix the Vulkan reinitialization issue. Yeah. Works. I want to see how the variables will work. I never use them. So in addition to tasks, we can define inputs. Okay, we can also use variables here. Okay, now the moment of truth. Is this going to work like we expect? Okay, maybe we have to redefine this. Kind of works, but it slows down the process, so I'm not going to use it. Thinking about better names. Okay, let's go. And now the sizing should hopefully show us way earlier where the issue happens. There we go. Assert canvas failed. Okay, so this getBack buffer canvas returned null. Why didn't I get any errors here? Maybe I should put a mutex here. Yeah, renderer thread and this one. I think I will change this API a little bit. So this surface, it's used across threads, which is problematic. Okay, actually no, this Vulkan is always used from a single thread. This is the renderer thread. This is the place where we do resize. Okay, so this assert must have passed. So we got back buffer. This must have passed. Okay, so maybe this happened here. Okay, there are some cases where we can return empty canvas. let's retry now. Okay, so we got this VK error out of date. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I will read the description of this error online. Oh, look at that. I'm very new to Vulkan and I've been having trouble with window resizing. Actually, this is not the error that we have. We can recreate it successfully. The issue is that we can't acquire next image. This one is what fails. Let's maybe print it. Oh, actually, yeah. It was out of date. Yeah. Okay, I see. So it's possible that the window is wrong size. Let me check. Where we use it. Okay, so it seems that the size of the surface has changed. I wonder what will happen if we just disable resizing. Same failure. Now much faster. Okay, so the issue is somewhere here. So we are logging that we got an error. Then we are doing this create. It prints the current extent. Okay, I guess this is the current size of the surface. I wonder if you can create oversized canvas. Just hint, right? It's not... Now we should create badly sized surface. I think the issue that we have is also the same as here. I think this loop where we reinitialize the surface is just not fast enough. So the window changes its size in the meantime. I can do this. Not sure if this will help much. The only difference is that I will do this while still holding the lock, so maybe less events will be processed, but no, we still get the issue. We can do that. That will obviously fix the issue. But not sure if this is what we want. Look at that. When we return a null, we also need to do this semaphore distraction. Okay, so after destroying the semaphore, we should set this to null. And this is interesting because now, whenever I resize the window, I'm getting this error out of date every time. Before, when I had the resizing properly, this only happens sometimes. But it shows that this resizing is not really necessary. It would be nice if we could come up with super smooth resizing. That would be amazing. Okay, back to our test, because this is what we were doing. Yeah, okay. Let's just leave it there. I will remove the pointless logs. Okay, very simple kind of frame skip. If we cannot render frame, we just give up, we wait for the next one. Okay. We don't manage timer ourselves. The timer will record that the frame was skipped. I want to run release automat, and I will make sure it doesn't crash when resizing it very quickly. There's actually another crash which we used to have, which is now fixed apparently. Yep. It's not crashing anymore. Yay. I don't like the blinking, but I see no way around it. Okay, let's go back to the slow widget drawing. I don't know why this does not work. Oh, okay. It is rotating, it's just very slow. Oh, this timer delta. Now it's going to dance. Absolutely. Yep. let's rotate this around the center of the window. Here is our widget. Now, this renders very fast, I suppose. Let's actually put 3 decimal places. The test is meant to run for a very short period of time, so it should be okay. Okay, so let's try to make our widget slower to render. How can we do that? Maybe I could put a drawable here. Okay, this is where we are actually going to sleep. So and I will also add this. Okay, now that we have all of this, Okay, I have to use this funny thingy. Nice. So we are properly accounting for slow rendering speed. But this is just rendering. The ticking should be super fast, and ticking should only change the transform. So we should be perfectly fine taking this old surface and warping it to the new position. So we have a bug in the renderer. This should be super smooth actually, and it should render at 60 FPS. Okay, now we just need to figure out what's causing this slowness. Okay, so I see. So we are taking our slow drawable and we are putting it into the overflow queue. Yeah, it's in the overflow. Okay, so we cannot call this function from the main thread, this render to surface. It cannot be called. This playback is what what's going to kill performance. Or maybe this. Yeah, I think this playback is actually slow, but if the rendering was slow, it's not big difference because that submit would create issues instead. We have the CPU started. Okay, so the plan, I think, will be to put some kind of locking primitive on widget drawable. So calling this from multiple threads is not necessarily a great idea because I think Graphite doesn't like that. I think it's okay if we record on multiple threads. I think this test is decent. I will submit this test. Change, revert. But the test is super important. I think we will, if we want Automat to run fast, we kind of have to fix this case. It's very common. We just have slow objects, which render slowly. We cannot block rendering waiting for them. They have to be rendered in background. And the result of rendering has to be committed somehow asynchronously. Yeah, but I think we'll do this during the next stream. Today is a busy day. I have to run, so see you on the next stream. Bye bye, and have a nice Eurovision. Tomorrow is the final.